a.m.
Yes, sir.
somewhere in 68.
Yes.
And I am inside there in the lab.
Okay.
And a dog comes barking in. He's attacking me. And I look, what's happening? What happened? And I see the principal standing here. So what had happened was the principal thought there's a burglary going on here. Why is a light on in the lab?
Yes.
And who's there in the lab? And what it was that when I get into something, I get very deep into it. I don't sleep, I don't eat. So it was like my third day of design and building of a product in the final project. It's called the phase meter.
Yes.
So this phase meter was being built, and I just was staying there all the time. And so that's what happened. So the dog, the principal sent the dog there as to who's in there, just to protect himself.
So did he attack you?
Yes, I got attacked by the dog. But then you could see there's a student.
Yes.
So he got the dog back.
Okay. So he came as a savior. So
But there is a lot of great memories. My design career, started actually right from this lab, and there is a office of our head of department, Dr.
Yes, sir.
J.S. Bajwa.
Yes.
I think you guys were probably listening to my speech. I partly described that incident. So, students, even in the U.S. today also, but certainly in 68 time frame, they don't want to actually build product. It's very difficult. Those days, transistors, you can't get the transistors
Yes.
here. You have to go to Delhi to get even basic transistors. So we decided to do, our group of 3, to build a phase meter. And first set was assembled. And typically, for any first-time designer, there will always be some problem, and your worst thing is it may go on fire, it may smoke.
There is always a risk involved.
So that's what happened. So turned the power on, and the smoke came out. So I was really unhappy, and Dr. Bajwa, his office back there, he saw that, and he called me in, and he says, "Shalabh, don't worry, we will do something." The storekeeper was also right there. Next, there is a storekeeper. So he put the storekeeper on the train to go to Delhi that night, and came back next day, and then gave it to me day after, 2 transistors which had burnt out. So we then rebuilt the phase meter.
Right.
And that phase meter has been so good for me throughout my career.
I mean, that was your first project.
The project and the product. So when I applied for my first job, most people were getting odd jobs. My classmates from 1970 in IIT Chicago. Draftsman's job, technician's job, nobody was getting design jobs.
Yes.
So, and the reason was the American, let's say, managers, design managers, they had this perception that Indians are good at math. They could design, but they really can't do practical products. So one of the guys actually said to me, in the hiring process, "I know I've dealt with so many Indian students. They're really good in math, but they cannot tighten a screw even if their life depended on it." So that's what, I said, "Well, no, but I'm different. I built a phase meter. You want to see the circuit, you want to see over there," and so how I relate that story. Yes. And once you relate that story, these people, I ended up getting hired. So my professional career was built on this phase meter, designed right and built right here in this lab.
So do you feel that perception has changed
About the Indians.
about the Indians that people are
Oh
taking?
yes, oh very much so. See, it was not only it's changed in many different ways. In let's say 70s. 70s was the period where most Americans thought that Indians are good at math. 80s they started to believe that they could also do product design. 90s they started to believe that they could also be good managers. In a decade later, now not only they could be good managers, they could be good CEOs.
Yes.
So it's all changed.
Guys, can you pause
Any
for
particular memory in your hostel? You were a hostler, right?
Yes, I was at Jwalamukhi, and then we were trying to all remember all where I was. But of course, the best time of the day was the meal, the rajma chawal.
Yes.
So there is no match for that rajma chawal. You know, there were some Kashmiri cooks, so they had that recipe. So in fact, you know, I was so fond of, and I'm told that there are so many people so fond of that rajma chawal, so that I would tell my wife and my family, okay, make me rajma chawal of Punjab Engineering College. So that's a great memory. I mean, I spent so much time in this particular, yeah.
The campus has changed quite a lot from
Yeah,
that.
campus has changed quite a bit. Auditorium is still the same from 1969. So they're telling that now you have gotten some grant,
Yes, sir.
another 100 crore, and then there is going to be some 1 crore spent on just this auditorium itself.
Yes, sir.
So which will be good.
Yes.
So any message that you would like to give to PICOSA and students of PEC?
The students of PAC, I mean, this is one of the greatest institutions in the world. That is Punjab Engineering College. There's no question where you can find professors like Dr. J.S. Bajwa. You know, I don't know what the faculty of that is here is, but if there are professors like J.S. Bajwa who lead you into what you want to do and are very supportive and do these practical things. The one message I will have for PEC, particularly electronics students. Now I understand that the classes, our time used to be 30, and now it's 120. Okay? So listen to the students of electronics at Punjab Engineering College. Not just here, but maybe all over the world, but I will address it to PEC. There is a huge shortage of electronic hardware design engineers in the world. Everybody is going to software. So when everybody goes to software, there is not enough people going to hardware. Okay? So you work hard, become a good, smart electronic hardware engineer, and you will have a job waiting for you anywhere in the world. You want to work in India, Bangalore, or Delhi, or Chicago, or Iowa, or anywhere, you'll have a job. So work the practical side of electronics, not just the theoretical side. That's my message.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. And sir, anything you would like to say about today's function? Any memories, that nostalgic moment that you would have experienced today?
So the arrangement itself.
Yeah, it's great to be with your class fellows. The difficulty really truly is, it's hard to recognize their faces.
Need get selected.
50 years later, I don't think out of the 30, to be honest, I don't think I recognize just out of the 30 in electronics. And I think 20 are here.
हमारे 120 है.
I don't think I recognize maybe more than one, maybe one face. So it's, you are that? You are Sansarchan? Or you are Bedi? Or you are Malhotra? So it's quite, yeah, the facial, your features themselves change. I wish there was probably should be some software which can, can take a current picture and then say, okay, and then put you back into 50 years ago. How was it? And then, oh, okay, you were there.
Maybe you can train that aging algorithm.
So that we it. Sir, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, sir. We are really happy to have you at PEC. In future also we would like to have you over here. We hope that you visit quite frequently over here and share your insights with the students and guide them in their path to success.
That's good. Actually, one of the things which I suggested to these people, I wanted to have a lot more interaction with the students.
Yes, sir.
Okay, mostly here are the alumni.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
World. But they said, the auditorium size is not that big.
Yes, sir.
So maybe you could build with that 1 crore, maybe it's not enough, maybe 10 crore, build a huge, big auditorium, which could have like 5,000 people. Then you could have alumni and the student. Because I think the people who come in here to speak, they would like to interact with the students as well.
Yes.
And take a Q&A,
Yes, sir.
which will be good.
Yes. So that's why we are doing this initiative to keep your message to the students.
Okay,
Yes.
students, ask for a bigger auditorium. Ask to participate in PCOSA events. Interface with these alumni who have accomplished so much throughout the world, and you could get so much knowledge, inspiration from the successful PCOSians. All right, thank
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, can we have a photo?